Welcome back, everybody. What we're going to be doing today is finding the equation of a line if we are given the slope and just one extra point. So you should be able to write it in y equals mx plus b form. You already know how to find the slope of a line if I give you 2 points. Remember, that's rise over run. But can you find the y-intercept as well? So if I only give you 2 points and one of them is not the y-intercept, I have a method for how to find that. You're going to want to pause the video here and write that formula down that's written in bold. This is how to find the y-intercept if I give you just 1 point on the line and the slope, where x1 and y1 represent a given point on the line, and m, as always, represents your slope. So in this example, I tell you that you are given a slope of 4 and the point 2, 3 on a line, and I want you to write the equation in slope-intercept form. So let's create the equation using the formula I just gave to you. So we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So let's plug in what we know. Right now we know that our slope, m, is 4. We know our x1 value is 2, and our y1 value is 3. So if we plug all of these into our equation, I'm going to write directly beneath this, we get y minus 3 equals 4 times x minus 2. And this looks kind of weird right now because it's not in slope-intercept form, but it can be simplified. So if I shift on over, I'm just going to rewrite this. Y minus 3 equals 4 times x minus 2. You can simplify this stuff on the right-hand side. Anytime you have parentheses, you should be able to distribute what's on the outside to what's on the inside. Remember, distribution just means what is being multiplied. So instead of writing it as 4 times x minus 2, I'm going to actually multiply. So 4 times x is 4x. And then I'm going to read this like it is a negative 2. So I'm not going to put plus or minus down here yet until I determine if my number is going to be positive or negative. So we have 4 times negative 2, which is negative 8. So I'm going to use a subtraction sign and say 8. So we did 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Then we can get y by itself to figure out what our equation looks like. So we need to get rid of this minus 3. And then think, does this minus 3, when we move it to the other side, get combined with the 4x? Or does it get combined with the negative 8? Well, since this doesn't have an x with it, it definitely needs to be combined with the constant, not the variable. So in order to cancel out a negative 3, we have to add 3 to both sides. Well, negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so it's gone. 4x stays the same. And negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. This would be your equation given the point 2, 3 and a slope of 4. So what this means is that if we drew a line, it would cross through the y-axis at negative 5 and have a slope of 4. Let's take a look at another example. This one here says that our equation gives us a slope of negative 2 and the point on the line is negative 5, 4. All right, let's chunk this one out again. So I'm going to rewrite that equation, that formula that you were supposed to write down at the beginning. And then let's write down all of the things that we already know. So we know the slope is negative 2. We know that my x1 value is negative 5. My y1 value is 4. So if we plug all of those pieces into another equation, which I will do on the right-hand side, you get, let's see, y minus, let's see, my y1 value is 4, my m value is -2, and my x1 value is -5. So let's again go through and simplify all of this. Right now we have x minus a -5. Let's simplify that by making that a positive. There's no reason to write it as a double negative. It gets a little messy and hard to understand that way. Now we can distribute the -2 into the parentheses. Everything on the left-hand side is still staying the same. I'm keeping it y minus 4. -2 times x is -2x. And now we have -2 times a positive 5, which is a -10. So that's why I'm using a subtraction symbol. Subtracting is very similar to a negative. Now we can get y by itself. We want to get rid of this -4. So to do that, we're going to add 4 to both sides. And remember, since it's a constant, it needs to be combined with the constant. So we're going to add 4 to both sides, which removes it from the left-hand side. The -2x stays the same. Now you got to think, what is -10 plus 4, which should get you -6. And this would be your equation. So this means if we drew a graph that our line would start or be on the y-axis at -6, and it would have a slope of -2. So it would be a downward direction graph. All right, remember to go back if you need any more help in anything else. Good luck.